Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Well, it's time for part 2 of my Nintendo Gamecube collection, and that's what I want to talk about on today's episode. So roll that intro. Alright y'all, so last time we left off, I did part 1 of my Nintendo Gamecube collection. So I'm just going to continue on with it, and we'll start with the first game. The next game that I'm going to talk about is called Go-Go Hyper Grind. In the recent years, this game has skyrocketed in price. I see a lot of people talking about it. This is actually a game that I got from my buddy when I bought his collection. Yeah, Go-Go Hyper Grind. I actually played this game. It's a pretty cool game. Now, a lot of people just want this game for the value, but the game is actually fun. And of course, you know, it's made by Atlas. It's like they don't make any game that is just, I don't know, not worth anything. It's for some reason, any game they make almost is just valuable. But yeah, whatever. Go Hyper Grind. Next game I want to talk about is a game called Ikaruga. Incredible game. I have a funny story about this game, and I'll tell it really fast, but this is a shooter, and there wasn't many shooters for the GameCube, and it's like they put this banger on here, and I'm glad they did. Such a cool game, but anyway, so a quick little story about this game. I was at a convention, and I was looking at some booths, and this guy had this game for 55 bucks. I walked up, and I said, hey, it's in great condition. Would you take 50 bucks for it? He immediately said no. He didn't counter. He just said, no, I'm good. And I was like, dang, because I really wanted it. And I didn't, you know, I didn't want to leave it there because I didn't feel like it was going to be there if I left it there. Somebody would have paid the 55 bucks for it. So, you know, I was like, damn. So what I did was I said, well, maybe there's some other ones around. So I looked around and there was no other copy there. And I was like, man, I'm just going to have to pay the 55. He wouldn't come off anything for it. So I got on eBay just out of curiosity. And I seen one on there for 55 bucks. So I said, well, he's not coming off of it, and it has a best offer. So I put in 50 best offer on the Ikaruga. I'm looking around, and about 5 minutes later, my phone goes off and said he accepted the offer. And my petty ass went all the way back over to the booth, and I said, hey, you know, I really wish you would have took 50 for that. And he's like, yeah, I'm good at 55. You're not going to find it any cheaper. So I pulled out my phone, and I said, hey, check it out. I just bought it on eBay for 50 bucks. And he was just like, his face was just so priceless, you know? And it's like, I completely understand coming to a convention and wanting the most you can get out of each game. But you got to work with people. Just because, you know, I'm at a convention doesn't mean I'm going to overpay. I've learned that through going to many conventions, that the people that sell things are the ones that work with the buyers. I've been to conventions where I've seen the same games on a table the entire event, and nobody bought anything because he wouldn't come off a penny. I don't know, just a little story there, but Ikaruga, such a fantastic game. Next game I want to talk about is iNinja. God, I want to say I paid, who knows what I paid. All these GameCube games were like 10 bucks. I mean, the GameCube didn't used to be worth shit. You could just get these a dime a dozen at the time I was collecting. iNinja, pretty cool game, made by Namco. I don't know if I'd play it now or put a lot of time into it, but at the time I was playing it, it was fun. iNinja. Next game I want to talk about is Kirby Air Ride. I mean, I guess I got some sticker residue or something on that. I don't know. I'm not going to lie. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I'm not the biggest fan of Kirby. So, whatever. I do like Kirby's Adventure. That's a cool game. Kirby's Air Ride. This game used to, I could find this game anywhere. And it's crazy because I remember going to just shops around my town and they had 5, 10 copies of this. You couldn't sell them for 15, 20 bucks. So it's just crazy to see the prices now. It's unfortunate. The next game I want to talk about is a game called Lost Kingdoms. Not going to lie, I just got it in a lot and I just kept it. There is a sequel, but I don't have it. So, Yeah, I never really played it. If anybody's played it, let me know if it's any good. See, and I'm honest here. If I didn't play these games, I'll tell you. You know what I'm saying? But I try to play the majority of them when I got them. An iconic game, Luigi's Mansion. It's pretty good. It's not my favorite. I just thought it was really cool at the time playing Luigi as the main protagonist. And I just really, really enjoyed that. A change, a breath of fresh air, I guess you could say. And the premise was cool. Beating the levels, it was pretty tough. This is a kid's game, but I think this has some very hard puzzles to figure out. I had some trouble on this. So Luigi's Mansion. Next game I want to talk about, hell, I'm just going to talk about them pretty quick here. These are for my buddy Ron Man, which is Mario Party 4, Mario Party 5, Mario Party 6, and Mario Party 7. All these were a dime a dozen. I mean, just, you could get these for next to nothing back in the day. And that's why I picked them up. But I'm not going to lie. I really loved playing 4 and 5. 4 and 5 are really good. I'd say 5 is my favorite. I don't know, man. 6 is really good too. 7, I kind of moved on from the console, so I didn't put a lot of time into 7. I did enjoy them, and they're extremely fun party games. I mean, you'd wear out some GameCube controllers playing specifically the events in these two games. So all 4 Mario Party games, I kind of just put them up there at the same time. The next game I want to talk about is Mario Kart Double Dash. This is the one that includes the bonus discs with the playable demos. There's like another version that doesn't have the bonus disc. Who hasn't played Double Dash? In my opinion, one of the best racing games on the system. What I did love about this game, there's an iconic story, and I can't tell it on here. It's kind of vulgar. I have an iconic memory of playing this. Anyway, I mastered this game at my friend Larry's house, and we played the absolute shit out of it. Eventually, you get to the point where you beat all the tracks, and then you got to do them all in reverse and get all, first place on all the different CCs. And we even did that. So, such a cool game. I did like the little gimmick of the switching it out because you could play co-op. It was so cool. So, Mario Kart Double Dash, really, really good game. Next stack. First game I'm going to talk about is Mega Man Anniversary Collection. 10 games in one. Back in the day, getting these type of games really wasn't a big deal, right? If this came out today, people would be like, oh man, all the Mega Man games in one collection. Well, you got to remember, Mega Man 5 was $15 when this came out. Like 10 and 15 different copies sitting on the shelves of my local book and music exchange. So it wasn't like people was freaking out because they were saving hundreds buying all these Mega Man games in this compilation. There's some really cool features in this game that is exclusive to the GameCube version. It says over 30 original artwork selections, the remixed music. I mean, Capcom really cared back then. You can take them or leave them now on some stuff, but they really cared back in these days. Capcom did. The next game I'm going to talk about is Mega Man Network Transmission. Not much to talk about. Never played it. Just picked it up because it was probably $2 and it was a Mega Man game. Next game I want to talk about is Mega Man X Command Mission. Played this for a little bit. Wasn't a huge fan of like the 3D Mega Man stuff, so didn't put a lot of time into it. Oh yeah, and there's actually the Mega Man trading card inside, and it has it in there, so that's cool. Next game I'm going to talk about is the Mega Man X collection. Now, this is an awesome collection. 7 games in one. If you know, you know. Great games, and playing Mega Man X 1, 2, and 3. Well, I guess Mega Man X2, and X3 were all just super great games. I haven't put millions of hours in them, so they're still a struggle for me to play. But my buddy Ron Man can come in here and be like, this is how you beat this boss. This is how you beat this boss. This is the weapon you use on this boss. He's an absolute fucking stud when it comes to Mega Man X games. Super cool. Yeah, the X collection. And now, a funny story about this real quick. When the GameCube games weren't worth shit, this one was one of the most valuable games for the system. I remember this game being $30. And it blew my mind that there was a $30 GameCube game. I was like, God, what's so special about this game? You know what I mean? Like, This was one of the most valuable games at one time. And that's how you know GameCube collecting has changed. Because there's some games for this system now that are just stupid. Anyway, next game I want to talk about, Metroid Prime. Not a huge fan of the 3D Metroid, like first-person world Metroid games. I'm more of the old school 2D, Samus Returns, the original Metroid, Super Metroid, and I'll go ahead and put this up here. This is just Metroid Prime with the Metroid Prime Echoes bonus disc. I honestly only got this because it was a variant, and yeah, it was stupid cheap. So, Metroid. Next thing I want to talk about is Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. I think I liked Metroid Prime better than Metroid Prime 2. I'm sure I'm alone in that. A lot of people like this game. The cover's pretty cool, but I don't know. Like I said, I wasn't the hugest fan of, first-person Metroid games. I wasn't a fucking fan at all. I hated Metroid Other M. I fucking hated that game for the Wii, so... yeah. Next game is... well, this is out of order. Anyway, Mario Superstar Baseball. Pretty cool baseball game. You wouldn't think it would be fun, but it really is. Nintendo is just so damn good at making like boring sports like baseball. I hate watching baseball. It's so boring. But I could watch somebody play this game, and they just have a way of making it really fun to play and fun to watch also. Super cool. Metal Gear Solid 2, The Twin Snakes. At the time I bought this, this was the most money I ever paid for a GameCube game, and it was $45. Really, really cool game. And the reason they call this game The Twin Snakes is because it took Metal Gear Solid and Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty, put them together, and you get the Twin Snakes. It's super cool. Like a side story that's very involved, super cinematic, just like the original games. And what do you say about Hideo Kojima? Just an incredible director. So, yeah, Metal Gear Solid. The last game I'm going to talk about today is a game called Namco Museum. And this just has a hosh-posh of a bunch of different Namco games. 10 games. One of my favorites, Pole Position. I remember playing that at the arcade and just... I felt like I was in a fucking Indy car. Like, it wasn't real at all. All it was, it felt like I was actually driving an Indy 500 car. Being a kid and just sitting inside that cockpit and having the high-low. It just so damn cool, man. Yeah, it's got a couple different Pac-Man games on here. Galaga, Dig Dug, shit like that. But there's a couple different things of these, and I think I have one. I don't have the other ones. So, yep. That's it. That's another 21 GameCube games. I can't wait to come back for part 3 to show you guys 21 more GameCube games. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. And don't forget, you guys, keep on reminiscing, baby.
Well, there you go. That's part 2 of my Nintendo GameCube collection. I love the GameCube, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. So if anybody has any memories of these games I talked about today, or just any GameCube games in general, don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, keep on reminiscing, baby.